Hi, my name is Jan. Welcome to Butterfly Tracks. I was in a park filming my kitchen tour, and this wonderful lady came up to me. I asked her if I could do a van tour. She said, "Sure, come on over." She didn't say, "Wait, I gotta fix my hair." She didn't say, "I gotta straighten up a little." She just said, "Come on over." The cottonwood trees were shedding their snow. Dogs were barking, kids were playing, cars were going by. It was just me and my little cell phone. No microphone. I think you can forgive that for Sherry.
I'm Sherry. In some places online, I go by Grandma Hug Baby. I retired in 2008 and just sat around and did nothing until July of 2009. And at that time, we had an old Yahoo forum. It was called Van Dwellers 2. And so I was acquainted on there with Bob Wells and Sue Ann Carlson and Two Knives Katie and a bunch of people. So 2009, in July, I took off in my little Dodge Caravan and spent like at least 3 months. I went over to Yellowstone. I drove. If it said scenic highway, that was the way I went. Didn't matter where it was going. And then I got down here to my son's house, and this was on Craigslist, and I snagged it quick. It was exactly what I wanted. It was exactly. It had nothing in there. It had some ripped up old rubber mats, but it was insulated, and it was covered with that gray, industrial strength gray color stuff, upholstery-ish type stuff. But it was just open. I've managed to fill it really well with stuff.
And would you stop doing this? How do you feel about this as a lifestyle for you and for older people? Older women are really interested in this.
I can't even imagine being trapped in one place anymore. When I have medical problems, I'm down at my son's. Last summer, I spent all summer at my daughter's up in Oregon because my granddaughter and my great-grandson came down from Alaska, and we had family, and it was fun. But there's no way. I have people who feel so sorry for me because I live in a van, and they want to help me get into Section 8 housing. That's a death sentence for me. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Look at the trees. Look at the sky. I can go any place I want to. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Now, I'm 77 years old, so there's going to come a time when I won't be able to do this. In fact, I just started seeing a cardiologist, and he's frowning about this. But he can frown all he wants to. But this is what I want to do. And I've never in my life had such good friends as the ones I've met on the road. Bob Wells, Sue Ann, Charlene Swanky Wheels. Did you ever see the movie Nomad? Okay, I got two. Most of it hit the cutting room floor. But there's two little spots at the fire where Swanky Wheels' character dies, and we have a memorial service. Well, Swanky and I have been friends since I very first started doing this. And so, how many people get to be in an award-winning movie, even if it's just a flash as camera goes past? But it's got a good picture of my little dog sitting on my lap. And that was with people that live this way. The gal that wrote the book that movie was loosely based on is a friend to all of us. Jessica Bruder. She's awesome. She's amazing. She even bought a van and came lived with us for a while she was writing it and interviewing our people and stuff. She's amazing. But how many, if I was living in an apartment, would I have ever known these people? Never. Never in a million years.
So you're a movie star. I got to interview a movie star.
About 3 seconds here and maybe 4 seconds there. I do have 6 or 7 words in it, though. I get up off my chair. We're sitting around the fire, and because Swanky Will's character had died, this is our memorial service, and I stand up off the chair, and I'm holding my dog, and I walk over to the fire. They had us each take a rock and toss it into the fire. Well, Charlene Swanky is notorious for loving rocks. There's a whole stories about her and her rocks. So that was appropriate, and it makes the sparks that go up and make the film look good. And I walk over and toss the rock in and tell Tony. Actually, the only part that hit the movie was when I said, because she loves rocks, she loved rocks so much. Well, actually, what I had said that didn't make the movie was, she loved you so much, Tony, because she does. We were camped above Pahrump when I brought him up from the shelter, and she was the first one that saw him as I drove into camp. She's got the first pictures of him up above Pahrump when I came into camp with him. So yeah, it was special.
So you've got those that memory for you, and it also has your little dog in it. Yes. So how perfect is that?
Oh yeah, and it's just 3 or 4 seconds.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I looked on Craigslist, and he was right there waiting for me. It was meant to be. This is my van. I bought him in the end of 2009, and for very little. He was just a big open cargo van. His name is Hulk, and he takes good care of me. A lot of people feel they have to do a build out. Don't have to. Let me open it up and you can see what's in there. And there's a lot of stuff in there because I live in there.
That's right.
Okay, my build out consists of this desk and another desk back there. And this one was $10 and that one was $15 up in Oregon at a thrift store called Thugs Off Drugs. They brought them out, put them in here for me. This was just a big empty place. There was nothing in here. I bungee corded them to the wall, and when I got down to Arizona, Bob Wells attached them to the floor for me. And that was I think that was early 2010 probably. And they've been attached to the floor ever since then. This actually was new, and I got to put it together, and Bob attached that to the floor. He just got these L brackets and put it on the floor. My bed, I needed a bed, and I don't know how to do anything like that. So it's 3 IKEA end tables that I put together. You buy IKEA stuff in a box. 3 IKEA end tables, and Home Depot cut me a piece of plywood, and that's what my bed is. It goes across the back by the doors. The rest of it, there's the 2 desks, this thing with the drawers with all my spices and stuff in, and then there's 3 totes back there that are just bungee corded to the wall. They've got my clothes and all kinds of miscellaneous junk in them. Up here, my only real storage, if something falls out of here, it definitely could. But this is all storage up underneath here, and it goes clear to the back.
Okay, so that's deep.
Yes, it's pretty deep, and there is room up there for stuff. And that little door was already there, and I just padded it and put some material on it, and then put all my kids' pictures up there. I have lots of these pillows. They're zippered. They come from Goodwill or other thrift stores, and they have my clothes and my coats and everything in them. There's a couple of small ones back there with all my underwear and socks and washcloths and stuff. Just looks like I have something pretty. Okay, I have Reflectix. There's Reflectix cut for every window in here. Some of it has been cut for every window since 2010. But across across this front, dividing the passenger area and stuff from the back, these are light blocking curtains that I cut apart, and you don't have to sew. There's this stuff you can buy that it's glue from any craft or fabric store. It's called OK to Wash It. These have been holding up with that since 2009 or early 2010. That's how it works. So it goes across here, there's one that goes across there, and there's one that goes across the back. And since it was on I had it on like a curtain rod, but everybody that walked through would catch on that curtain rod. So what that is a bungee cord.
All right.
It goes on a bungee cord, so nobody pulls it apart anymore. Okay, potty. When we get van dwellers together, we gotta talk potty. Lots of van dwellers do the 5-gallon bucket thing and stuff, but I have a porta potty.
You have a real potty.
And this one's a brand new one. This is the third one I've had in 11 years. They stand up really good. I just got this one. It works really well. It comes apart easy to dump. I can dump in any place where RVers dump in an RV dump, or I can dump in any toilet.
I'd like to ask you a question about that, because that was something that I had considered. I don't have room for it now. I got too much stuff in there. But if people are considering that, I think what I would have wanted to know is how heavy is it to dump?
You know, I don't dare let it get, I'm not very strong. I'm old. I don't let it get all that full. About 2/3 full is all. And I don't know how heavy it is, but my old arthritic hands can do it real easy. And these are set up so that in theory, you fill the top thing with water and then you flush like it's a toilet. Well, that's silly. I have inside there, I have a little plastic bowl. I pee in that little plastic bowl. And if I'm someplace where I can't dump it comfortably, then it goes in the bottom like the rest of it. But if I'm out on the desert, I'm in the forest someplace, I can take that little bowl, dump my pee, and that thing doesn't get full as fast. And I never put water in the top of it. So pee just goes out wherever. Guys pee behind the trees. Why can't we?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, except I can't squat anymore. But the rest of it, I empty into an RV dump or into a toilet.
Do you use chemicals?
I do. I use the chemicals that are recommended for it. Works wonderfully. This whole put together thing was just like things were made to be. I mean, okay, I walked into the Thugs Off Drugs thrift store and they had this one and that one. That comes up to my wheel well. My wheel wells are 36 inches long and 12 inches deep. So I had to have something. That one back there is a desk that doesn't have anything in the bottom on the back. So I bought that one because it was wide enough to go over my wheel well. Underneath that one is some plastic drawers and things like that. Back in 2010, I made those out of a cracker box. I used on the front, that's kind of padded looking, looks kind of cool. That's nothing but a chunk of this Reflectix and spray glued on there with some spray glue of the material.
Beautiful.
It's a cracker. There's 4 of them. They're all this piece of this cracker box and put together with spray glue.
And a perfect fit.
Perfect fit. This little piece up here looks like wrought iron. It's plastic. It's a little yard fence that I cut the fence, the doohickeys that go down in the ground off, and screwed it up there. And that holds some stuff. This is my kitchen. And it was really good because I traveled with a 5-pound Yorkie, Tony Maroney, and he could get any place in this van, except because of the way this is built, he couldn't get up here.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what I cook on. That is a combination butane or propane. This is a Wave 3 because they're supposed to be really good. And I knew I was going to be up in Oregon for a while when my great-grandson was born, and it's wet and cold up there. So a friend installed that for me, and it's propane. Down underneath the desk is a little tiny propane tank. And this part here, was an old street sign. My friend he was very, very creative. So he put it in here for me. So that's what that is. It's just a Wave 3. Because I don't have enough solar to bother with a refrigerator, and I do this class thing usually at the women's RTRs and stuff called Safe Food Storage with Little or No Refrigeration. I have a ice chest back there. This one just holds water. It was just, I had it extra, and it holds 3 gallons of water, so it makes it convenient. But that one, I don't really need refrigeration most of the time, but if I go to the grocery store, and this is part of my spiel, is I go to the grocery store, and I'm walking along, and one of those damn rotisserie chickens jumps off the table into my cart. Then I have to buy a block of ice to keep it, because I can't eat it all at once. But that's probably the only time I buy ice anymore. When I had my little dog, I had ice all the time because he had digestion problems. He had a lot of problems. And his diet was boneless, skinless chicken breast and cooked vegetables. And so he and I ate a lot of boneless, skinless chicken breast. So I always had ice to keep his. But now it's just me. I don't mind peanut butter sandwiches. I like peanut butter sandwiches or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I don't, if I go to the grocery store, sometimes I get a block of ice, but I don't buy more than what I can eat before that block melts. I don't feel the need for a lot.
How many gallons of water do you carry?
Okay, I have 2 of these. I have one up front.
And what is that?
Oh, that's is that? Yes, 6 gallon.
6 gallon.
I think the other one might be a 5 gallon. And then I'm not sure. This holds 3 gallons, and I have 1, 2, 4. I just filled these. I'm not sure I usually have that many because Hulk is fairly high. My only real low part are my running boards, but the rest of him is fairly high. I can go out on BLM land, Forest Service roads. Hulk's been in some pretty strange places. When you're a woman alone, your best defense that you have, and I've been saying this forever, your best defense is, are the hairs on your arms sticking up, just back of your neck feel? Then you are in a vehicle. You can turn the key and drive away. Don't stay any place you're not comfortable. You'll find some place. I just came back down from the North Oregon coast, and I wasn't looking to, I just was stopping at night. I love truck stops. And part of the reason I love truck stops is I used to drive long haul. I love the sound of the trucks. But I also stay in rest areas. I've got no problems. But if you pull into a rest area and there's some sketchy looking people, like they're gonna come and ask you for money or something, keep the wheels running. There's another spot down the road. Always. Yeah.